Hello and welcome to our frequently asked questions segment for the University of Toronto. My name is Adam.
And I'm Josh.
And we are both recruitment officers at U of T. Josh and I have compiled a list of some of the most frequently asked questions we receive for students who are applying from outside of Canada. So Josh, why don't we just dive right in and get started? Question 1. When do I apply and how does early consideration work?
Adam, applications open in late September, early October, and we encourage both domestic and international students to apply well in advance of published deadlines. You can find these deadlines on the important application dates page on our website. For international applicants and anyone completing the OUAC 105 application, in addition to final deadlines, we publish a recommended application deadline and a recommended document submission deadline, which are earlier in the application cycle. By submitting your application and documents by these recommended deadlines, you get early consideration. Now, early consideration means maximum consideration for admissions through our admissions rounds. It isn't a separate application process, and it isn't a binding decision. An added benefit is that if there are any issues or clarifications necessary with your application or any documents you submit, there's still plenty of time to resolve these issues. Now, this is a timeline of your final year of high school. Admissions decisions are generally released beginning early in the new year and throughout the spring. We encourage you to apply early and to regularly check your Join U of T applicant portal to keep an eye on the status of your application. Okay, Adam, question number 2. How many applications can I submit?
Good question. So you can submit up to 3 applications to U of T, but are limited to 1 application per campus or faculty. To show you what I mean, on the slide that you see here, you can submit 1 application per blue bubble to a maximum of 3 U of T choices. You do not need to declare specific programs of study during the application stage. Instead, you'll be applying to a broad admissions category on a particular campus. An admission category is a broad set of fields like life sciences or humanities that encompasses multiple programs of study. Keep in mind that some of our programs are offered at all 3 campuses, while others are campus-specific. For instance, if you're interested in something like computer science or business, you have options on all 3 of our campuses. Likewise for programs in the social sciences, humanities, and life sciences. Now, if you want to go into something like engineering, you'll want to apply specifically to our Faculty of Applied Science and Engineering on the St. George campus, as engineering is unique to St. George. Same thing for, say, forensic science or international development studies. You'll want to apply specifically to our Mississauga or Scarborough campus respectively, as those programs are unique to each of those campuses. Once you're admitted, you'll have opportunities throughout your degree to add specialists, majors, and minors from your admission category or even another, and to enrich your experience with courses in other divisions or with certificates. Now, Josh, this is a popular question. I won't have my final results before the application deadline. Can I still apply?
The answer is yes, Adam, absolutely. Very few of our applicants will have final results at the time they apply. This is to be expected. But we strongly encourage you to apply well in advance of our published deadlines and not to wait until you have final results. This is particularly important for our international applicants, as it is to your advantage to apply early and preferably by our recommended application deadlines. Our admissions decisions will be based on final results from previous years and midterm, in progress, or predicted grades from the current year. It's okay that we don't have your final results because our offers of admission are conditional based on you completing your high school studies and maintaining your academic standing. You'll also be able to submit additional results as they become available. And because we're very familiar with education systems from all over the world, we're prepared for various academic timelines and when they release those results.
All right, now what if you're a Canadian living abroad? How do I apply?
So all applicants are considered based on their high school curriculum, not their citizenship. You should prepare and submit all documents necessary for whatever type of curriculum you're currently following. Citizenship only comes into play when we assess you for tuition fees as a Canadian or international student the summer before you start classes. You can visit our Canadians Abroad website for more details. Okay, Adam, another good one for you here. How do I submit personal essays and references? What extracurriculars are you looking for?
At U of T, admission, in most cases, is based on academic results. In other words, grades and test scores. We do not require or encourage applicants to submit personal essays or statements, nor do we require any reference or recommendation letters. There are a few program areas that do require the completion of a mandatory supplementary application form. These programs you see here would like to know a little bit more about you, or perhaps why you want to come into their programs. If you are applying to a program area that requires such an application, you'll be linked to the online form through your Join U of T site or Engineering Applicant Portal after we receive your initial application. These supplemental applications will vary by program area and may include short answer essay-style questions or even video responses, but they will not require any special preparation in advance. So, if your program area does not require this form, you won't see a link to it, and you simply won't need to worry about it.
Okay, Adam, rapid fire here. I've got another one for you. How will junior or grade 11 marks be considered in the admissions process?
Your entire record may be considered if you're a 105 applicant, including your junior or grade 11 results. Emphasis may be placed on those junior grade 11 grades to help make an earlier admission decision. All right, Josh, now, in terms of test scores, do I need SAT/ACT scores or other standardized tests this year?
Adam, the University of Toronto has adopted a test-optional admissions policy for U.S. applicants and applicants who are completing a U.S.-patterned high school curriculum and aiming to begin university in September of 2022. There will be no disadvantage to students not able to take the SAT or ACT, or to students who choose not to send their scores for consideration. The students who are in their junior year and will be applying next fall are encouraged to check in with us next summer, as we don't yet know if this policy will continue for next year's admission cycle. If you are not in a U.S. curriculum high school, the SAT and ACT are not part of your typical document set, so wouldn't be the focus of the admissions committee anyway. Our engineering programs are also test optional for this year, but if you're applying to any of our engineering programs, we do encourage you to share any SAT or ACT test results that you happen to have. For more information on our Faculty of Applied Science and Engineering's admissions requirements, you can visit their website. Okay, another one for you, Adam. What is the difference between a specialist, a major, and a minor program?
All right, great question. These are all program options at U of T. The difference between them is the number of credits required for completion. So, you need 20 total credits to graduate. Most students take 5 credits a year over 4 years, and that will earn you your honors Bachelor of Arts, or Science, or Commerce, etc. Depending on your program, a specialist will take 9 to 16 credits, while a major will take 6 to 9. A minor is approximately 3 to 5 credits. Some programs like engineering are only offered as a specialist, which means you are highly focused on one area, while programs like history or computer science are offered as a specialist, major, and minor, which is really great because this allows you to decide how to split your focus and essentially tailor-make your U of T degree to suit your needs and what you're interested in studying. There are many possible combinations, like earning a specialist and a minor, or earning a double major and a minor.
Okay, so a follow-up question. Can I combine majors in different subjects, and can I switch majors?
Yes, absolutely. Students can easily combine programs in the arts, business, and sciences. For example, students can pursue a double major in chemistry and political science, or say a major in computer science with a minor in cinema studies. Students in our professional faculties at St. George can often take a minor in the Faculty of Arts and Science to allow them to pursue other subject areas. U of T students studying arts, business, and sciences choose their major after completing 4 full credits, typically at the end of their first year. This gives you time to try out different subjects and find programs that are the right fit for you. And if you later decide you want to switch your programs of study, you can do so at any time. Just keep in mind that if you choose to do this later in your degree, you may need to complete additional semesters in order to complete your program requirements. So in terms of Canadians, Josh, are Canadian applicants preferred or advantaged in the admissions process?
The answer to that, Adam, is no. Canadian applicants enjoy no admissions advantage over international applicants. Admissions is based on your high school curriculum and not citizenship. For Canadians abroad looking to come back to Canada, you can visit our website for more information.
Now, what if I've done my schooling entirely in English? Do I still have to provide an English language test?
That's a really popular question. If English is not your first language, you will need to provide evidence of adequate English facility for admissions consideration unless you qualify for an exemption. Now, you may qualify for an exemption from the English facility requirement if one of the following applies to you. You have completed or are completing 4 or more years of full-time study in a recognized Canadian school in Canada that teaches in English. Or you have completed or are completing 4 or more years of full-time study in an English language school located in a country where English is the dominant language. Or your first language is French and you have completed 4 or more years of full-time studies at a Canadian school. Now, there are other exemptions, so it's important to check our website for more information.
Does scoring higher than the posted minimum on an English language test give me an advantage?
So as long as you meet the minimum requirements for any of the tests or courses we accept listed on our English language requirements page, which you can access at uft.me/ELR, you'll have satisfied the English language requirement. Scoring higher than the posted minimum provides no admissions advantage. Okay, Adam, how do I apply for scholarships and what's considered?
All right, so international applicants are automatically assessed for merit-based awards after submitting their application to the university, and there is no additional application required. Please note that these scholarships are very competitive and rarely cover the full cost of tuition, and they vary by division, faculty, and college. There are also some that you might be able to apply to, and you can use our new Awards Explorer to find out what those options might be. Just hop on over to awardexplorer.utoronto.ca. In addition to being automatically considered for admission scholarships, if you are a Canadian citizen, permanent resident of Canada, or protected person currently studying in a secondary school within Canada, you may be eligible to submit an awards profile. Access to the awards profile is granted to eligible candidates upon submission of an admission application to the University of Toronto. The awards profile is an online application that eligible students can submit to be considered for admission awards based on financial need, academic merit, leadership, and other special criteria. Can I get a full scholarship? And do you have any needs-based scholarships?
Adam, the vast majority of our scholarships are based on academic merit, though some may allow you to highlight financial need. All applicants are automatically considered for scholarships, regardless of their citizenship. For a complete understanding of the various scholarship options open to you, please do visit our Awards Explorer. Canadian students are also able to apply for U of T financial aid to help cover the costs of education not met by scholarships and provincial or federal student grants and loans. Lastly, the University of Toronto is a publicly funded institution, and because of that, cannot offer financial aid to international students. If you are an international applicant, you should find out about your home country's financial aid programs to see if you qualify for assistance.
Awesome. Well, thanks for that, Josh. And those are just a few of our most frequently asked questions. We hope this was helpful and addressed some of your questions or concerns. But please rest assured, should you have any additional questions, there's lots of great ways for you to learn more. have a look at future.utoronto.ca for more information on our admission requirements, application process, and deadlines. You'll also find a schedule of upcoming webinars as well as our on-demand library where you can watch a complete set of pre-recorded webinars at your convenience. You can also sign up to hear from current U of T students or schedule a one-on-one chat with a recruitment officer like myself or Josh.
Thanks again for joining us today. Take good care and all the best with your university search.
Thanks for watching.